Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Behind the Crumble, and today we're bringing back a special, and it's one of my most favourite specials ever. It is the salted caramel custard pecan apple crumble. We have not put this on the menu for the last 3 years, and now I think it's time for a comeback. So for our Feb special, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to get my egg whites, pop them in the bowl, and my water, pop them in the bowl too. And I'm just going to give this a nice whisk, make them nice and frothy. Now we're making our cinnamon baked pecans. Put that down. I'm going to get a bowl with a lid. There we go. I've got my sugar, my ground cinnamon, a tiny bit of salt. And I am just going to put my lid back on. I'm going to give it a nice shake. I'm now going to put my pecans through my egg whites. So just cover them in the egg white mix. This is so that we can get a nice sticky base for the sugar and the cinnamon and salt to stick to. So we get a nice even coating. It's like a sugared cinnamon, a lovely colour and an amazing smell. Pour a bit in. Thanks. I love this recipe so much. I'm so excited to have it again. That's a nice sound. Now I'm going to start putting these pecans on my baking tray. We'd asked the Humble Crumble followers on Instagram, like, what crumble would they like? And everyone was like, pecan pie, pecans. And I was like, there's something about pecans that I don't know about. I'd never had a pecan before. So I did loads of research and I had my first pecan, and this was the sort of first pecan that I had in this like cinnamon sugary thing, and it was just so delicious. And I was like, how have I gone this many years of my life without a pecan? And I said, never again. So that's ready. I'm going to pop it in the oven and it's going to bake for about an hour. Okay, let's make some salted caramel custard. I'm going to put my sugar and my water. I'm going to mix it together. I'm making a wet caramel here. So give it a good mix to try and get all the water and the sugar saturated with each other so that it doesn't burn. Putting the hob on. Ooh, it's starting to bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Okay, it's browning on one side. This is a problem with gas hobs. This is what it should not look like. Let's start again. Sugar, water, stir, mix. I'm being very careful with this. My pecans are ready, so let's just do those. Pop them back in the oven, give a nice stir. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. Browning, browning, browning. Okay, adding my milk in. Steaming, 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 steaming. And now I'm adding some cream in, just thicken it up, giving it a good stir, some sugar, some eggs and corn flour, putting that all together, getting my custard mix ready, and now I'm just going to add a bit of my milk into that custard mix, and then pour my custard milk back in and whisk it until it is nice and thick. Whisk, 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 whisk. All right, she's ready. Yummy. Okay, I'm now just going to make my apples. I'm going to put them in the pan, so add some cinnamon, give it a nice stew until they're nice and hot, and then we're going to assemble our crumble. So now I've made all my ingredients. I'm going to put together this crumble. So I've got my apple and cinnamon. Pop it in. I'm going to... Very exciting part. I'm going to get my salted caramel custard, which is nice and thick. Oh yeah. Top it off with some baked cinnamon pecans. I would do this normally with tongs, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use my fingers. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're done. This is the salted caramel pecan apple crumble. My favourite. One of my favourites. That is so good. That salted caramel custard is fantastic. And the crunchy, cinnamony pecans. I'm having another bite.